Was it all over before it started for the team Sevilla? Well, apparently yesterday when Sergio Ramos came out of that plane, he already spoiled us how many goals they would concede in the evening against Lens. 2 goals. It's what they conceded. The dream is over for Sevilla. They are out of every single European competition. The same destiny as Manchester United. Also them yesterday losing 1-0 against Bayern. Well, it made sure it's totally over for the Reds. We'll speak about them. We'll speak about Copenhagen and that beautiful miracle and much more. My name is Giuseppe. Let's cover football together. But before speaking about the Champions League result of yesterday and the games of today, let's prepare them one by one. Well, I want to say thank you for all your support. The channel is growing day by day. Continue to support the channel. How? Maximum of like, continue to subscribe to the channel, and especially one thing, especially in that starting phase, share the channel with all your family and friends that are having the same exact passion as you have for football. Because now we start and we will not stop. There are already 14 teams qualified for the next round of Champions League. There are 2 spots available and only 2 teams will be able to join the other ones. There will be one between AC Milan, between Newcastle and Paris Saint-Germain, big games this evening, and then also the possibility for one between Porto and Shakhtar Donetsk to form the 16 that will play the knockout stages. I'm extremely curious. One that will not play them is Galatasaray, because yesterday Galatasaray, they lost 1-0 and there were a lot of complaints of their coach after the game that said that it was absolutely unacceptable to play in the field of Copenhagen with that temperature, with the snow. He was complaining and probably forgot that a few years ago they let Juventus play on that field. Yes, it's not a joke. And they were able to win 1-0 and go to the knockout stage. Karma. When we are speaking about karma. But the complaints and the cry of the coach made sure that the organizers in the stadium of Copenhagen were absolutely not paying attention to it. Why? Because they were partying so much. Because they qualified to the knockout stages 13 years after the last time. They offered free beers for the 30,000 supporters of Copenhagen. Something extremely beautiful. I love these kinds of joyful moments when everyone is celebrating together. Another one that is celebrating, yes, from Copenhagen is the brother of Højlund, because the little brother Oscar is going to the knockout stages. Rasmus, unfortunately for him and for his team, they will not. Why? Because if you are looking at the ranking, they are 4th. They didn't do what Ten Hag asked. They asked to go for it, to give 110%. They were not able to do it. Honestly, I watched the game. It was not a spectacular game. It was actually, to be honest, quite boring after the first 15-20 minutes where the game lost a lot of intensity. The most beautiful things, it was that assist. A beautiful assist for a goal of who? Coman. Coman, the guy that is year on year winning league on league on league, and he already won that cup, the Champions League. Can Bayern go all in and this year go back to victory? Maybe yes. For one thing is sure, Manchester United will not be able to do it because, again, they lost 1-0 after that fantastic assist of Harry Kane that is still dreaming about a trophy. The papers today in UK, in England, are absolutely a pain in the air. Why? Because they are all going with the big bold titles. Out on the booze is the title of Daily Expert. Then you have Sunsport, out. Not only Manchester United, but also Maguire, the player of the month of November of Manchester United, is out after an injury yesterday. Battered is the title of Star Sport, and then you have Mirror Sport with rock bottom, because that's where they are. 4th, behind Copenhagen, behind Galatasaray that will play Europa League. Auf Wiedersehen, the German title on It's All Kicking Off paper, showing actually Bruno Fernandes that is absolutely really disappointed and sad. The captain of Manchester United with Harry Kane that is watching at him because he knows what it is to be not in Europa League, not in Champions League, but staying at home on Wednesday, on Tuesday and on Thursday. He remembers when he was playing at Tottenham. Sport Bild is actually not speaking that much, the German people, over the win of yesterday, because Bayern Munich actually already qualified even before that win over Manchester. But they are speaking about some talents. 4 stars. 4 stars auf der Kippen. What does that mean? That there are 4 players that are actually that not that much in balance. They could possibly go out like Manchester yesterday, auf Wiedersehen. Well, this player, maybe not in January, but at the end of the year, they could possibly leave Bayern Munich. We are speaking about Gnabry, about Alphonso Davies, about Goretzka, and about Kimmich. Is there one of these players that you would love to see next summer, or maybe even in January already, in your team? Let me know in the comment, and don't forget to tell me which team you are supporting while watching this channel. We are going to Group B. Yesterday, Arsenal first with 13 points, one draw. 1-1 against PSV was enough for them, but there was another game that was much more important, because that would have given the European glory, at least in Europa League, for one of the team between Lens and Sevilla. Lens yesterday won 2-1, and we know it, all the teams of Europa League, they are now super happy. Why? Because Sevilla, the one that when they are participating in Europa League, they are always winning the title. They are out of every European competition. It's over for them, and now Roma, West Ham, Feyenoord, Leverkusen, Marseille, etc., they are all believing that there is a chance. Madrid, un Madrid perfecto, a perfect Madrid, because they have 18 on 18 yesterday with their win 3-2 over Union Berlin. The score is actually quite harsh, because if you are looking at the game, Real Madrid dominated the entirety of the game with two beautiful goals, with a header from Joselu that is taking a revenge. They are first in the group. Another assist yesterday for Bellingham. He was not able to score, but who cares, because they already qualified. And the second one is Napoli, that was able to beat 2-0 Braga, with Osimhen that is back on the score sheet in Champions League. Avanti Napoli. It's Napoli that is going through, being second of that group. Speaking about Italian team, well, aia for Inter. Why? Because when they were doing a fantastic, beautiful start of Champions League, and really quickly taking that Champions League qualification already, when the last two games they did a lot of rotation, and they were not able to beat Benfica 3-3, and neither yesterday they were able to beat the first one in that group, Real Sociedad 0-0, even if Real Sociedad should have won, because there was a really huge penalty not given for them. Well, Inter that was a bit scared. They need to do the rotation. Why? Because they're also thinking about the league, where Juventus is there at -2 points. A lot of rotation. They are now second, and they will have the big problem to face a big team already in the next round. Real Sociedad first, 12 points, Inter second, 12 points. And if yesterday we were speaking about Portuguese people that were saying última chamada, the last call, especially for Benfica, well, yesterday Benfica winning over Salzburg is bringing them with a fantastic Olímpico of Di Maria to the European competition, to Europa League. I hope, but I sincerely hope, that Sarri is really now starting to make the lineups of today. Why? Because it's true, they are already qualified, but they still need to play that game. They maybe even can dream about a first spot in their group. Because yesterday in press conference, when they asked him about the lineup, well, he said, I haven't decided yet, or else what the F am I going to do all day tomorrow? I have to make it at 9 p.m. These were the words of Maurizio Sarri. But the big games, the one that we are all waiting for, are the one of the group of Paris Saint-Germain, where Dortmund is already sure of a qualification spot. Stop ou encore is the title of l'équipe. Stop or we continue for PSG, that needs to win. They really need to win against the yellow wall. And it's true that we have here the striker of Newcastle with the scarf of Dortmund. They are supporting them because they know that they need a win of Dortmund to still continue to dream, beating Milan to go over and qualify for the next round. Will they be able to do it? Yes or no? I don't know. Maybe they can count on a disaster performance of two ex-Dortmund players. We'll speak about Hakimi and Dembélé. Let's follow that game. It will be a big one, a huge one. But Newcastle should also focus on themselves, because they have no keeper anymore. And who's back in Champions League? Karius. We all remember that final of Champions League with Karius doing a huge mistake. It's all here, fresh in our memories. And they will have to play Newcastle against a Milan that at the moment is fourth out of every single competition. They want to continue in Europe. It's vital for a Serie A club to have that money in their pocket. A big battle. Beautiful image from Milan to prepare the game of today. I hope their performance will be as beautiful as the graphic, because we will watch them. The other games, the remaining games in match day 6 with Leipzig, Young Boys. Then there is Manchester City that will try to continue to win without their striker, Erling Haaland, but it's okay. He should be back on Thursday. That's what Pep Guardiola said. Atletico Madrid, Lazio, 2 teams are already qualified and are fighting for that first spot. Celtic, Feyenoord, Dortmund, Paris Saint-Germain, Newcastle, Milan, Antwerp, that at the moment conceded as many goals as Manchester United in Champions League. 15. Manchester United in 6 games, Antwerp in 5. Against Barcelona that needs to win. They want to win. For what reason? Because they want to revenge that loss against Girona last weekend. A ganar por orgullo. They need to win for the proud of Barcelona. That was it for the recap of what happened yesterday. Preparing the game of today, let me know which team you will watch today, which team you are the most curious about. I want a maximum of comment, and I said it, my name is Giuseppe, and together we covered football.